Minnix. I'm the author of the Mandolin Dead Man's Tuning books, and I also have another book out that's called the Minnix Music Workshop book, and this is the guitar one. I have several of these, but I'll put a link in the description if you want one of these. It's just a really good book that has manuscript paper. It has a place where you can write your chords in if you're studying different guitar forms. We have some necks that you can write your scales in. If you're a music teacher and you don't have something like this, feel free to order one of these because they're really good. I use them all the time with my students to put down different things that they need to be working on. I have tab in here. I have blank graph paper if you need that, and I also have sheet music stabs, and there's also a few chord charts in the back that you can practice and learn, you know, different songs in there. So you might want to check this out. It's a cool little resource that we offer, and you can get it from my website, willieminnix.com, or I'll try to put the link down below in this video so you can check it out if you want it. Now, we've been talking the last month on how to play the slide guitar in open D tuning, which is D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. And we're learning more in depth how to play different melodic lines and different notes up and down the neck that maybe other videos might not cover. We're kind of using the same format that the cage sequence uses on standard tuning guitar, but we're applying that concept of different boxes or different pentatonic boxes to the D-tuned or the open D-tuned guitar. So that way you can follow along. Now the first lesson covers how to play in the first couple boxes, and that the first one is open 2, open 2, open 2, open 1, open 2, open 2, and the second box starts where that one stops, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, and we also cover how to play the blues notes that are found on the 3rd fret. Okay, so now we're going to pick up, and if you haven't seen the first video, go check out last month's video where we cover all that, because I go in much more detail on how to play that and different slide techniques to use. Okay, in this video we're going to cover going from the 4th fret to the 5th fret, which isn't much of a jump, but when you combine it with what else we have going on here, suddenly it starts to make more sense and it becomes more of an interesting melodic thing to do. But here's the box for this week. It's the 4th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. When you get to the F sharp though, it's not the 4th fret, 5th fret. It's actually the 3rd fret, 5th fret. Then 4th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. So let's go 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Now, by itself, that doesn't sound like much, because you can play some interesting licks there, and even with slide, it does give you some neat opportunities. Also, it's a really good starting off point if you want to play in the key of G in the tuning of D. That would be a good place to start, because a lot of the licks that you can play from 4 to 5 are actually in the key of G. Or if you're thinking about it in a D scale pattern where you've got, say, D is your first chord, G is your 4th chord, a lot of those licks sound really good when you come up to that G chord. You can play them on top of that. And that also just kind of goes to show, and hopefully I'll get a video up at the end of this that kind of covers this too, you don't have to just play in the key of D if you're tuned to open D. Alright, and this is a mandolin video, but I'm going to recommend it. I have a mandolin series called How to Play the Mandolin in Other Keys, but my mandolin, I always tune it to an open D chord, which you can kind of hear that even if you can't see it. I have a mandolin that is, I always play an open D. And you can do the same thing on the guitar when you're in open D. You can move that around and you can play it in other keys. So that video may be kind of helpful, or that video series might be a little bit helpful just to get you into the idea that you don't have to be stuck in just the key of D when you're playing in open D, okay? You just have to learn how to move your boxes around, which that's kind of out of the scope of this video, because now what I want to do is I want to teach you how to connect the boxes. So what we had the open 2, open 2, open 2, open 1, open 2, open 2 box. Then we had the 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4 box. And now we're going 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, so now when we start to play, we can choose anything that's in anywhere on those patterns, even including the special blues notes that are on the 3rd fret, and we can come up with neat licks. So you could do it with or without the slide. Sometimes you don't want to mix and match necessarily the notes that are on the 2nd fret too much with the blues that you're playing with the 5th fret or the 4th. You know, you kind of go through and you got to be judicious about it, but whatever sounds good to you, that's what you want to use. So a lot of times if I'm playing straight up blues, I'll tend to just stick to the open, the 3rd, and the 5th fret. And if I'm playing more melodic stuff that's like major sounding, I'll stick to like the open, the 2, the 4, and use the 5th as the licks for the G chord. So and if you're thinking about other styles of blues, I like to think of the notes or the licks that fall on the 2nd and the 4th fret kind of remind me of Mississippi John Hurt, whereas the notes that tend to fall on the 3rd and the 5th fret are more reminiscent of, say, somebody like Robert Johnson. And you can kind of hear that, like Mississippi John Hurt has Chicken, you know. Chicken, chicken, you can't roost too high for me. Chicken. That's kind of a Mississippi John Hurt sound, and that's mostly found on 2 and 4. If you want to play Robert Johnson, well then you're getting into I went to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. That sort of a type of sound. So you've got 2 different blues guitar players that both seem to lean heavily on one of the boxes or the other. And you can kind of goof around with both of them and just see which one works the best for you. And so I hope that this connection helps you get further up the neck. Next time we're going to move in to our 4th box, and that's going to get us a little bit further up the neck, and then we're going to finish out the series by going to the 5th, and then the very final box that starts us all back over again. So God bless you. You have a good day, and we will see you in a future video.